Hi there and welcome to Mr. T's Maths. In this video I will be showing you how to factorize quadratic expressions of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. To gain a better understanding on this topic, I'd like us to explore what the result of expanding two brackets is. So let's go ahead and perform this multiplication. X times x is x squared plus x times 5, which is 5x, plus 2 times x, 2x, plus 2 times 5, which is 10. We can simplify this further to end up with x squared plus 7x plus 10. As you can see, by expanding two brackets, we end up with an expression, a quadratic expression of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. The reason I wanted to show you this is because factorizing is simply the opposite process of expanding. So when we factorize a quadratic expression of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, we basically end up with two brackets, just like in this case. Okay? Right, let's move on and see how this can be done. I have prepared here an example, so let's start with x squared plus 5x plus 6 and factorize this. To start with, we have to first look at this c term. In this case, it's positive 6. Positive 6. And we have to find two factors, two numbers that multiply together give us positive 6. Let's start. We can have 6 times 1 or 2 times 3. Now the second step is to identify which pair of factors add up to give us this 5. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So that's not good. That's not what we want. But as you can notice, 2 plus 3 equals to 5. So that's what we want. Therefore, we know that by factorizing a quadratic expression, we end up with two brackets because we showed it in the previous example. That's what we started with. So we have an x here. X times x will give us this x squared. And then we only need to put the positive 2 in one of the brackets and positive 3 in the other one. Yeah, we can always check our answer. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. And 2 times x is 2x. 3x plus 2x will give us this 5x term, and then finally 2 times 3 gives us 6. So this is our final answer. Okay, let's move on and try this with a different example. Here, as you can see, the middle term is negative, but we always start from the c term. Okay, positive 6. Again, we want positive 6. So we need to think of ways two numbers multiply together to give us positive 6. Okay, so we can try 6 and 1, 2 times 3. Okay, but how is 6 plus 1 is going to give us 7? 2 plus 3 is going to give us 5. We want a negative answer here when adding these two. But there is another way of achieving my positive 6 by multiplying these two numbers. Minus 6 times minus 1. If we multiply minus 6 by minus 1, we end up with positive 6. Yeah, I'm going to cross this out so you don't get confused. Minus 6 times minus 1 is positive 6. So that fulfills one of the conditions. And if we add minus 6 and minus 1, that gives us negative 7. So, ta-da! We found our pair of factors. Therefore, we insert here in our brackets x minus 6 and x minus 1. This is what this quadratic expression looks like when it's factorized. We can always double check. X times x is x squared. Okay, let me change my pen. Let's change it to green. So x times x is x squared. X times minus 1 is minus x. minus 6 times x is minus 6x, therefore minus x minus 6x will give us minus 7x, and then minus 1 times minus 6 times minus 1 will give us this term here, positive 6. So yes, that's correct. Okay, let's try one more example. I have another example here prepared for us with a negative c term. In this case, you notice this is a minus 6, so we want two numbers that multiplied together gives us minus 6. So factors of minus 6, minus 2 times 3, 2 times negative 3, minus 6, 1, or 6, negative 1. Okay, now we need to check which pair of numbers when added together will give minus 5. Minus 2 plus 3 equals 1, so that's not what we are looking for. 2 minus 3 equals minus 1, that's again not what we are looking for. Minus 6 plus 1 equals minus 5. Oh, sorry for that, minus 5. So yes, that's what we want. Minus 6 and 1, these are my two factors, okay? Which means that here in the brackets we will end up with x and x, x times x, well, we will check afterwards, and then minus 6 and positive 1. Okay, let's just quickly multiply out the two brackets. X times x, x squared, so that gives us this term here. X times 1 is x, minus 6 times x is negative 6x, so x minus 6x will give us this minus 5x term, and then minus 6 times positive 1 is minus 6. So when we factorize x squared minus 5x minus 6, we end up with x squared, x minus 6 times x plus 1. That's our answer. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Here are some examples for you to try. Please pause the video, and I hope you do have something to write on, because remember, maths can't be learned just by looking, by watching the video. You have to try things yourself. So do pause the video and try these questions. Okay, here are the answers to the previous questions. Go ahead and check them. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know if you found this video useful, and I hope that you feel much more confident with factorizing quadratic expressions. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, and also like the video if you found it helpful. Okay, bye bye, take care.